What's up, dude?
Hey,
Dude,
man.
this is fucking cool. Oh, sorry about that bomb. You're gonna have to beep that out.
Yeah, who got that phone?
This is awesome. So what year is this?
So this is my 61 Olds bubble top. I have a bubble top collection, actually.
Okay.
I have all of them except the Pontiac.
No shit.
I have the Cadillac, I have the Olds, I have the Buick, and I have the Impala.
So you got a whole set.
I love the, yeah, man. So
And they're all 61s?
all 61s. I have the whole full set of GM bubble tops. I don't have the reversion because, of course, they're the 98 and this is the 88.
Okay.
I just wanted a bubble top of each version. This was actually my first one. No, I'm sorry, my Cadillac was the first one. And then I got this. And when I got it, I looked for a long time to buy it, and then I paid probably a little too much for it. I paid $6,500 for it at the time, was probably too much. Now it would be a really good deal.
Yeah. Is it because the Oldsmobile doesn't bring what a Chevrolet build brings or whatever?
No. If it was an Impala, it'd be worth twice that. Easy.
Dude, this thing is cool. Like, I know there's always like an Oldsmobile and a Buick version of the Chevrolet, but
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen one of these. And it looks
There's not a lot of them
sweet.
around.
Yeah.
The Starfire is the one that's really desirable.
Okay.
Okay. And but this isn't, of course, the Starfire. This is just an 88. So anyway, I got it. I knew it had a bad tranny when I got it. That's why I got this deal.
Yeah.
So it ran. It started up and it ran really good, but I just didn't want to spend the money on the tranny because the Slim Jims just suck. And I thought, well, I'll just get an adapter plate for it, no problem, and I'll just bolt a Chevy up to it, right?
Yeah.
Like a 704 or 350 or something.
Yeah.
And the guy wanted almost $2,000 for the kit. I was like, man, no way. I'm not gonna spend $2,000 and still have an Oldsmobile engine in it.
Yeah.
You know. So I thought, okay, well, I'll pull the Olds out of it. I sold the Olds out of it, and I'll put a 350 in it. So then I got the engine out of it, and I'm like, man, this frame sucks. And a frame is only like an Oldsmobile frame. The Pontiac has their frame. Chevy has their frame.
Okay.
Cadillac has their frame. It's like these people could get their act together. So it had really shitty brakes on it. It had the drum brakes. So I put a Camaro subframe under it. It fits good. In the process, I welded it in a little bit so it'd be lower with full rise, so I wouldn't have to lower anything.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's
so right
cool.
now you can see it's kind of lowish, and it's still in the suburbs right now. So I had grandiose plans of a twin turbo LS or a ZZ4, and but now I'm coming out of reality. I already have a couple of those going on. I mean, 80 turbocharged cars. So I'm going to just. ZZ4 has 350 horsepower solid.
What's a ZZ4?
ZZ4 is a GM crate motor that GM makes.
Okay.
And it has aluminum heads and iron block.
Okay.
The way you see it is the way it comes, pretty much, right there.
Okay.
So it's a good little motor. They run good.
Is it basically just a small block Chevrolet?
It's basically a small block Chevrolet with the good aluminum heads on it.
Hot rod parts, basically. Okay.
Yeah, it's an in-house built crate motor.
Okay.
You know, there's people that say that you should take it apart and rebuild it and make sure it's all good. But I've never had any problem with them. You know,
Yeah.
And it's got a brand new crate tranny.
It comes with a transmission too?
Yeah. So let me back up. Every story leads to another story.
Right?
Okay, you saw my hot rod, right?
Yes.
My Model A.
The one you got hit.
Yeah, the one that lady ran me over in.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the backstory on that car. Okay, so this is probably a good 15 years ago, maybe 16 years ago. Okay. I had a boat, and everybody knows how boats go, right?
Yeah.
You get tired of them after a while, and I was pretty sick of this one.
Okay.
So, but I just put a brand new motor in it, and we were having fun with it. The kids were like the right age. We were going to the lake and stuff and using the boat. And I had a neighbor down the street drive by. He drove past her every day with his plumbing van. Hey man, I want to sell that boat. Hey man, you want to sell a boat? I'm like, no, I just got a new motor. I don't want to sell it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want. Finally, my buddy comes down. It was near him, Joe, and he goes, "Hey man, you gotta go get him Model A." He goes, "If nothing else, buy it from him. Because if you want us to trade a boat, then buy the Model A from him, or sell your boat in another boat. It's a good deal." So
Yeah.
anyway, I go to look at the Model A. Holy crap, dude! It's got TCI chassis. Has a motor and tranny right here. This essentially tranny is worth, I don't know, $7,000. You know?
Really?
Yeah, the engines are, I think, 4,500 or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
So, and the chassis, and it had solid sedan body. It was getting ready to give traditional full fender build is what it was. It was all together basically, but it was in primer and hadn't been done. So engine was sitting in the car. So I'm thinking, wow, man. Yeah, tell me, it was actually in the end of the boating season. So okay, I'll tell you what, I'll trade you the boat for the car. Okay. So he's all happy, jumping through them, and I went down, I picked up all the car and the parts, I bring it down here. And my crew and I were looking at the car going, man, I don't want this chassis. This isn't my style. I want a car on the ground, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know what, Pomona's this weekend. Let's get the thing out. Let's get it cleaned up. I'll take it to Pomona. I'll sell it to Pomona. And I'll recoup some of my money. So I went out there, and I had $6,500, maybe $7,000 a boat.
Okay.
A little more than that with the rebuilt motor. But anyway, I was in about $7,000-ish.
Okay.
I took the chassis out there. I sold it $6,500.
No shit.
And here comes a dude. I traded, right? I got back up. Before Pomona, like on Friday, he comes down here. He goes, "Hey man, my wife's all pissed off at me, man. She wants to get the Model A back." I'm like, "Well, sorry, man. We made a trade."
Yeah.
He goes, "No, man. I said, look, you're up my ass for what? 2 months for my boat. You had to have it.
Yeah.
You got it. It's over." "Oh man, my wife's gonna divorce me." I said, "Man, that's a problem, okay? But you know what? We're done."
Yeah.
So I told him I had already sold the chassis, right?
Okay.
Before I went to Pomona, and he comes walking by, and there's a chassis from Pomona. "Oh, I thought you sold that chassis." I said, "I brought that to Pomona anyway. I said you more money for it." I lied my ass off. But anyway, so I sold it, and then from Pomona, I took it to Long Beach, dropped it off to the shipper. It was going overseas to Australia or something.
Okay.
And so I was in the car for nothing. Got the motor and tranny for basically nothing. Got the body for nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's how I came across the motor and tranny.
Okay.
The other half of the story. So anyway, this is my car. It's been in storage. I get sidetracked a lot. I have what I call it hot rod Tourette's.
Yeah, I've seen your yard.
I get a twitch. I'm having one recently, another one.
Oh, geez.
So anyway, so yeah, it's almost done, and I'm going to. I have a 70 SS Chevelle convertible that also has been sitting next to this in the backpack here, and it's in a previous other video, so let's look it up. And the cars from the Horde, or whatever my thing is, and you can see my Chevelle. But I decided I was never going to get to it because my problem with the Chevelle was I wanted to do it just right, because I've had that car since I was in the Marines. You know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wanted the right motor for it, the right suspension, and I wanted to do it perfectly right. And I just have too many irons in fire.
Yeah.
And my son wants that car so bad, and he was inheriting anyway. So you know what? I'm gonna give it to him now.
Hey, dude, that is a great idea.
Now he's all over it. So we're pulling the car out. We're gonna paint it up. He bought the Ride Tech and a Curry 9-inch and got the 14-inch brakes. So he's doing it the way exactly the way it should be done. And I
Okay.
can see him enjoy it. You know.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was going to get at, is it's like you get to, you leave it for them after you're dead.
Yeah.
You don't get to see any of that. And
Yeah.
You give it to them while you're alive.
I can put it on the 16. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
had fun with it. Chevelle convertibles are badass.
Yeah.
I mean, I love them. I have two. I have another one anyway. So I have another one. I have my 66.
Oh, okay.
So and I gotta get that one. And I'm 60.
Yeah. You got plenty of time.
Reality's got to start setting in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, I gave him the car, and he's good with it, and he's all over it. He's not gonna. When I got it, it was originally gold with black stripes and black top and everything. And then I got talked into painting it red. I never liked it being red because they're all fucking red.
Yeah.
You know, so he's gonna do it probably blue with white stripes and white interior, white top, which is nice. He likes that combination. So what he doesn't realize is that the car stays in the family trust.
Ah, I see.
I'm building cars for all my grandkids and all my kids before I go. That's my quest.
Okay.
They don't know what they're getting yet. Someone will do, someone will. The Chevelle is pretty much a no-brainer for Shane.
Yeah.
But they're all going to be in the trust. You can pass them on. You can trade them between yourselves.
Yeah.
But you can't ever get rid of them.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my plan with the trust. It'll be in his name for the most part, and then you can enjoy it. Take it to LS Fest and have the fun with it.
So in the process of getting to the Chevelle, this came out of cold storage, and
yeah. So this is what we call the North 40.
Okay.
Which I have about, I don't know, 18 cars in there.
Yeah. That's all?
Huh?
That's
yeah.
all?
So I pulled this one out. I got to get my 38 Ford out. I got to get my, I have a 65 Buick Sport Wagon. And I got to pull out, and I got an Chevelle come out. And then I got to rearrange the cars and put back in there, because that's like the deep cold storage back there.
Okay. So you only go in there like once every 20 years or something like that.
I have the cars that I will never sell back there.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And the ones that are kind of I'm not going to get to right now.
Yeah.
I have currently. Yeah, I need to go on Oprah or something.
How many cars do you have, Steele?
I have a problem.
Should have Dr. Phil on there.
It's not especially the ones I own. It's the ones I'm working on. That's the dumb part.
All at the same time?
All at the same time.
Yeah. Using the same dollar to feed them?
I'm trying to focus down and trying to get one at a time. Now, you know, my YouTube channel came around, so I'm trying to focus on the two YouTube, or actually 3 YouTube cars we're building on there, which is the Buick, which is out getting the headliner done right now. It's almost finished.
Oh, sweet.
And then I have the Catamino, which is 3/4 away, at least running at least.
Okay.
And then I have the Impala on the Caprice chassis, which is, I don't know, almost halfway the way there.
Okay.
And then this is mostly just add apart, type of thing. It's not a lot of fabrication.
Yeah.
This is at the point now where it's like money.
This is
labor.
This is kind of like how you would have built it in, say, the 80s or 90s, right? Like the Camaro front suspension. You're not going all LS and turbo and kind of the typical stuff they do today.
Trust me, that's hard. I wanted to pull this out and put an LS in it like a lot of times.
Okay.
But I have the motor. It's a good car for the motor.
Yeah.
It kind of fits. The Impala and all the where the Olds is, it's high on my list. I really love this car. It's one of my favorites. Again, it's not the value car that the rest of the cars are.
Yeah.
So that's why I put the LS motors in. I have an LS in my 61 Caddy, and I'm putting one in my 61 Impala.
Okay.
And then of course we have the LS in the 59 Impala, and then we have the Cadillac still in the Cadillac.
Okay.
It still has a 500 Cadillac in it. So, but yeah. So I have 1, 2. Technically, I have 1, 2, 3. With my El Camino, I'm doing 2, 4, 5, 6 with the Coronet, 7 with the Roadrunner. I'm forgetting. Oh, the El Camino. That's 8. The 67 El Camino. That's 8. Oh, and my hot rod. 9 cars I'm working on right now.
Nice. You're a multitasker.
Well,
I have that disease too.
3 of them are fabrication time, really.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are just throw money at me.
Yeah.
Cars, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I have my Cadillac too. I have an even 10.
Nice.
So I forgot about that. My 61 Cadillac.
So is this one to throw money
This
at
is
car?
money at right now. I gotta buy a card, but I gotta buy a distributor, wires, and headers, and because all the fabrication is pretty much done. I'm gonna mob it like this for a while. Just leave the fat black on it. You know?
Yeah, dude. It's kind of, it's. Hey,
I bought the
Ratty's
interior out of
in
a
right
six-
now.
I bought the interior out of a '63 Riviera. I like the interiors of Rivieras.
Okay.
So I put the Riviera seats in the console and the back seat, because they have like a split bucket type thing in the back seat.
Okay.
They're pretty cool interiors. Somebody used the Riviera interior in it, and then you already see the handles, which it's already cracking. It's probably full of Bondo.
Okay.
But I'm gonna just model it the way it is for now, and then concentrate on the ones that are, you know, going the whole route.
Right.
I can still have fun with it, you know. Then I have
Oh,
an
yeah,
Ansel,
dude.
you know. I forgot the flanking. So I have 12 cars going. Oh, they're my
Oh,
Caprice.
yeah.
13.
This is just shit laying around on the street.
Yeah.
That's my Dodge. Don't get it confused.
Sounds nice, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun.
For Dodge.
That's
So
all
anyway,
right.
Yeah, that's my my vice right there.
And where did you get this car?
Santa Ana, I think.
All right.
Well, the bar, you know, I'm probably gonna get shot when we sit down.
No shit,
Yeah. You know.
dude.
But, you know, it's all there. So I gotta finish the firewall yet. Well, I might go ahead and put the firewall. It's all good. All new suspension again. I put all new suspension. I put it back together. All new
Okay.
brakes.
Okay.
I put the big car brakes on it for 11.5-inch Impala brakes. I gotta trim up right here where it's hitting the control arms.
Okay.
It's that-
The wheel wells.
Where the Olds was at, it was just weird the way the suspension came way forward. Anyway,
Huh.
no more.
And you
more
said
up here.
you put this suspension in high so you get full travel.
Yeah.
So even though the car's low.
Yeah, I put it in, so it should sit like a Camaro because it's the frame rails. I left the long frame rails underneath because for the tranny mount.
Okay.
So it's still basically Camaro all the way down, you know. And then I just grafted it into the torque boxes on both sides. It fit perfectly between the torque boxes.
Wow.
So it was a really cool clip. In the front, I had to make some horns for the radiator support, but other than that, it fit in there real nice, you know. And then the width is right. It's got the right track width, so it looks good.
Yeah, the wheels aren't sticking out or too far in.
And then the rear end is still Oldsmobile, but I'm gonna leave it for now,
Okay.
you know.
Sweet, dude.
So,
So what's the timeline on this thing? When you hoping that you're rolling, or is it just sort of
at
slowly?
this point, I'm not putting it in. If I get it done by the middle of the year, it'd be nice. Right now, I'm trying to focus on the flanking really,
Okay.
and then the Roadrunner. I want to get the Roadrunner done. I want to have it ready, hopefully for Indy, Barrett Jackson.
Dude, the last Barrett Jackson, the freaking Mopars were off the hook prices. Holy shit.
Yeah, and so that's the plan is to electric cars, man. There's
Is that- That's weird. It even makes that's electric motor noise or what?
Electric, yeah.
That's weird. I didn't think it would make any noise.
Nobody knows.
Huh?
Well, the trucks do, at least.
Yeah. Well, the new Dodge that's going to be coming out, it's got like a, I don't know, sound button. You could turn it on to make.
Give me a break. Why don't you just put like playing cars in the wheels? That way, when you go on the road,
Right.
you hear the playing cars.
Right.
I we did on bicycles when we were kids. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I need to get that one and the if I had that done and gone and the Roadrunner, you know, then I have all the parts to finish everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I need to focus on the stuff that brings in the cash and the customer cars, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I lost my painter.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
He got a job doing outside sales for a rental company.
Oh, man,
Moving
bummer.
on up.
Yeah, it happens.
This job, man, it's hard on people. You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, I lost him, so now I'm back to painting again. Which, you know, Anyway, I was doing assembly on the restorations. I was cutting the restorations out.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. Yeah, no more restorations. Everybody out there, man?
Done?
I'm done. I mean, I'll put sheet metal together and the trim that I have to do to get the sheet metal on the car, but that's it, man. You gotta put your own car together. You know, it's
So
too much work.
So you're looking for customers to bring a car that's already taken apart, like paint it for me. They come pick it up and they put it back together.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want it anymore. And the problem is these days is that less and less people can do their own work. You know.
Yeah. It seems to be a dying art.
You know, if you're gonna have an old car, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of old school, but you should be able to do at least one of the big three.
Yeah.
You should be able to paint. You should be able to do mechanical, which includes assembly.
Yeah.
Or you should be able to do upholstery.
Yeah.
If you can't do one of the three, sorry.
Shouldn't be in the.
Unless you have all the money in the world, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the money, then it's hard to do a car and make it right and not be upside down.
Yeah.
The other side of the coin, though, is if you make good money, you know, say you're a nurse or in construction or whatever it is, and you make more money doing your job.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do your job, and then pay me to do my job.
Right.
But I don't want my job to be putting your car together anymore, because at the end of the day, you guys don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't get that on that Falcon Ranchero right there.
Yeah.
My workers spent all day restoring the heater box.
Yeah. That's what happens. Hey.
Add it up, man. That's like, you know, that's a good $500 to restore a heater box and install it with the new heater cord.
Yeah. I had an eye-opening experience. I had a 70 Monaco, and my buddy does body and paint, and he came over. It had rust in the bottom of the bottom channel of the back windshield or back window, and there was still part of the vinyl there, right? So I didn't know it was that bad, but I was like, yeah, I want to fix it, and then I want to. He convinced me to do a spray-on vinyl top where he textured it, so it was paint. Came out really nice, but there was this much left. A Monaco's a really wide car. There was this much metal left. All the rest of it was rusted out. And you couldn't see it until the glass was out. And I was expecting to spend, I was like, all right, maybe $250, $500. And this is like well over 10 years ago. We got in there and I was like, well, I'll help you do the work. You know, you weld all the pieces in and I'll grind it down, grind the welds down and stuff. It was a ton of work, and I did half the work. I did all the grunt work. It still cost me $1,000 to pay him just to fix the rust. And I'm like, shit, at that time, that car wasn't even worth, you know, it was maybe a $2,500 car tops. And I just dumped another $1,000 into it. And it was like, I got to be careful what I put money in.
What do you do? You just toss the car at that point?
No, if you love the car, I loved the car.
Right.
So it was for me.
Sentimental value, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I enjoyed it, so I didn't mind. You know, I just ate it. It's like that's fixed now. I'm gonna enjoy the car and I'm gonna roll it. I held the car for a while. I ended up getting my money back out as the market went up, so it was no loss really. But but it does show you got to be careful what car you put that money in. That money into a '69 Charger, you'll get all that money back.
So, this day and age, we're redoing like that truck over there. So it's already been done once. So you're undoing what was done in the 80s or 90s.
Right.
Which we're at a different level now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back in the day, if it looked decent, it was all one color. You got down the road and everyone was happy.
Yeah.
Now you're talking door gaps. You're talking all alignments have to be right, inside and outside. Stuff's got to be painted.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole different level we've attained now. Because now we're building cars the way they should have been done maybe in the first place. But no one had that ability or that money back in those days to do that kind of work.
No, it was just paint it. I just want to paint it and
back in those days, we was support. If I got a car that was halfway bad, if I got a Chevelle, we used to buy cars like this before in my other videos. We used to buy a lot of cars off of recycling. And I would buy I bought an SS Chevelle that was burgundy with black stripes, a 454 car with a 4-speed, seriously nice car, but it had a cracked frame. We parted that car out, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I sold it,
Yeah.
parts off it. I made good money selling parts off it, but that car's gone.
Yeah. Doesn't exist anymore.
And that's an example of about a good 100 cars, muscle cars, that we just threw away back in the day.
Yeah.
C28 Camaros.
Yeah.
If they're a little rusty, you can fix that.
Yeah.
I could buy another one and get another body or whatever. You know what I mean? Because they weren't worth what they are now. You know, you just couldn't store them. I never knew muscle cars ever come to this. That's why when I had a big Camaro collection back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big Camaro guy, a Chevelle guy, and
like what generation? Like
61s and 9s.
Okay.
With a few 70s and other ones sprinkled in here and there.
Okay.
But even those were only good for subframes.
Yeah.
That's what I used to buy them for. Nobody fixed up those generation Camaros.
Yeah.
Man, 74 and later, that car was doomed.
Yeah.
It was gonna be a 50-something Chevy.
Yeah.
In no time. I was gonna take the subframe out of it. I was gonna build a truck out of it. You know. So at some point, when I had my shop in Paris, I just got all my Camaros together, convertibles, hardtops, parts cars, good cars. I sold them all at one time.
Wow.
19 grand, one person.
Wow, that guy's. Well, if he held on to him all the way till
That
today.
was like 13 cars.
Shit.
One of them was a 67 convertible pace car.
Wow.
It was a project, but it was all there, you know.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of good cars, cool big block Camaros. So, but I was over it. You know, I mean, I just got sick and tired of building muscle cars. I'm sorry, I'm going to sound like an asshole here, but they're just too easy. They really are, man. If I can go to a catalog and buy every goddamn part for the car, it's not restoring a car. You're just reassembling a car.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
It's cool. I get it. I give everyone kudos. Okay, it does it. All right? But you know what? It's just 101. All right?
Yeah.
You go to, it's like Mustangs. Back in the day, or Volkswagens. You know, they're all the same thing. You can buy every freaking part imaginable.
They repopped it all. Yeah.
Not only every part, you can buy every bolt and screw for that car. Okay?
And cheap.
And cheap.
Yeah.
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 But when I started doing it, we had to go pick up parts for college. Oh, I found a good door panel, man.
Yeah.
We had door panels back in those days.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, or we would go in and we would, you know, look for power window setups or little the things you could, dash pads, things you could that no one had. You know, we pop that stuff.
Yeah.
Now you can buy everything. But I'm more into, me personally, I mean, I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm more into stuff you got to build.
Yeah. You're doing extreme stuff. You're doing body swaps.
I like body swap, like 30s cars, 40s cars.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm more into, you know, chopping, metal work, you know, chassis work.
Yeah. Totally changing the car.
On my cars.
Yeah.
I mean, customer cars, everyone's got, there's an ass for every seat.
Yeah.
I've restored some things I just shook my head going, what the hell are you doing, man?
Yeah.
You know? And at my shop, I'm up front. You know, if you come to me and you bring me a car that I think is just, it's a parts car, I'll tell you, take your car somewhere else, man.
Yeah.
I said, I can't, I've done them. Because I had a 55 Chevy come here. Dwayne, he was a fireman. He brought his 55 Chevy. It was hitting the side of the car, a 4-door. I'm like, Dwayne, man, go get a better car.
Yeah.
I said, just take this thing and get what you can get out of it and go buy a better car because you're going to save money in. He goes, oh, really, man? How much? I said, how much? I said, Dwayne, man, it's into the rockers, it's into the floor. It got hit too hard, man. It's just, that's a 4-door.
Yeah.
For what it's going to cost in a paint job, you can go buy a running driving car.
Yeah.
Go buy a running driving car. You know? He goes, how much? I go, 17 grand. He goes, wow, that's a lot of money. I go, yeah.
Yeah.
Go buy one done. Yeah. I said, not only that, not only was it hit on the passenger side, right in the doorpost, it's hit the right front fender is a piece of crap. So you got to buy a $500 fender. Okay, I got to go find a post someplace. Yeah. Another 4-door, and 2 doors.
You're gonna have 17 grand into that car. Just
it was at 20 by the time we were done.
Oh shit!
When he comes, I said, go find somebody. Go price maybe someone will do it for a better price.
Yeah.
He was gone for 2 months. He called me. He goes, "Nope, we're bringing the car over." Like, what? I thought it's 2 months has gone by. I thought you came to your senses. He goes, no, this car speaks to us. I said, speaks to you. I said, you're speaking the wrong language. Okay, because that is you know got it, man. I said, he goes, look. He goes, my wife and I, we really want to save this car. I go, it's got no soul, man. It's just a car. He goes, but we really want to save this car. I'm like, all right. He brought it over and I painted it candy apple red and pearl white.
Is he happy with it?
Oh, they were ecstatic.
Well, good for him. Good for him. Four doors need love too.
$50,000 four doors. 55 Chevy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an heirloom. We're gonna make it super nice. And all. I'm like, all right. So this car got lucky.
Yeah.
To me, it was a parts car, man. It had one good fender and two good four doors.
Yeah.
The trunk lid. That was it.
Shit.
Car was done, man. But I get a lot of that. You know, you'd be surprised if
Yeah.
people put the cars people bring me. You know.
Yeah.
They want me to come look at it. I get that. I understand the sentimental value thing, but there's no value in sentimental value.
Yeah.
So when you have me take a look at your 70 or 62 Plymouth Valiant.
Yeah, with a
to me is
slant
probably one of
six.
the ugliest cars ever made.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean they dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah.
They're on some kind of crack. I don't know what. But anyway, I had a lady. She had this Valiant, and I went and looked at it, and I go, "It was my mom's car," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "Okay, I get it, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be expensive, you know."
Yeah.
The other part of it is there's not a lot of parts available for that car, you know.
Yeah. I'm finding that too.
So you gotta make things work.
Yeah.
So you're finding parts of other cars and make these door seals and other stuff work.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I had.
Life of the shop.
Yeah.